Puerto, ¿cómo está?
Bien,
Thank you for
bien,
inviting
usted.
me.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too again. Yeah.
Thank you for talking to me about what you're doing now as an artist, and to
Uh-huh.
talk to us because there is a team that will be also watching this video and learning what you are doing in your
Oh,
own art.
yeah. That was that. For talking about in this chat about some experience and not just in the last years or the last moment, about, in general in my life, no? Working with literature, poetry, performance art, theater. No? My name is Carlos Manuel Rivera. I'm Puerto Rican. Uh, I was born and raised in Puerto Rico, and I came U.S. many times. No, since I was child, because remember the Puerto Rican are very related with U.S., especially where I am living, New York City. I'm living in New York City. I'm gonna be 13 years living in New York City.
Wow.
Since the last time that we saw each other in Davidson College, North Carolina. Gonna be 13 years now, the next summer. Uh, my first time here, it wasn't when I was 7 years old, because my family lived here, including my parents. Met here, met each other here in New York City, and they were married here, and my older brother were born here in New York City. But they got back to Puerto Rico in this moment. I was born, no, in 1963. And then, I raised there my childhood, my adolescent, including my young part of my life, because I was when I was young, I was studying in the University of Puerto Rico. Yeah, I did my licenciatura, like you call it here, we call bachelor degree, in theater and literature, Hispanic studies. This is my specialization, Hispanic studies and theater. I'm working with the Hispanic theater in general. I dedicated to to work with that mostly all my life. And then in the 80s, at the mid of the 80s, I went to Spain. I was there and came back to Puerto Rico immediately. I left here. Since this moment, I'm gonna be 30 years staying here in US. I was first time New York, and then I moved to Arizona. I live in the border. I live in the border like 5 years doing my PhD. I work there doing theater and performance art and poetry, no, because this is my work. It's a combination of theater, poetry, and performance art. Uh, Sometimes have been in different way, no, in different. That means separated the discipline to know some to call a name, no, of that separated. That means I am doing theater. I'm doing theater with the director, with the theater structures, no.
Right.
If I am doing performance art, I'm doing just performance art. Me and other colleagues, no. And when I'm doing poetry, I'm doing poetry. But lately, and this is my way, no, that exactly I like, is a combination. When I do my own job, I am combining, and I found people that they are doing the same. We are combining. That means I work with other artists with other disciplines, no. They are theater practitioners, but they are writers, poets. They are visual artists and scholars, of course. It's a combination of everything. And when in Arizona, I had all this experience: theater, performance art, and poetry with different ways, no, in in the experience in Arizona was in different occasion, no? And just with one discipline, like I explained before, no? Before performance art, theater, and I did more theater than anything there. I did performance art, I did literature, poetry performance, and read poetry reading, no, and including scholarly work because I have presented research and that I have done with about my research in theater, no, in Hispanic theater. That means I have been very involved in the academia, you know, the academia since the beginning until now, no, whether studying or uh, gonna be 30 years. The time fly, no, professor, no. We are getting old, Roberto.
Yeah.
We are in other stage of our life now.
Right. We are getting old.
It's not the beginning. Like before.
Yeah.
And that is sadly that happened in Arizona. And then after Arizona, I graduated, I finished my PhD. Yeah, I moved to North Carolina, the Davidson College. A few years after I arrived at Davidson College, you arrived later, two or 3 years later.
Right.
And we got up there and we were together, you know.
Right. That was beautiful.
That is I think it's a wonderful time, no, in this way, no, yeah, we did a good work. I remember pastiches. And let me tell you something. I published now a book, Bululu, and Bululu pastiche is indirectly is involved. You remember when we did, you know, doing some kind of experiment that a manifesto. You remember the manifesto?
Right, of course.
With my archive, all the this manifesto. Yeah, I rewrite the manifesto with other things. Yeah, I publish in the book.
Oh my goodness!
Manifesto. Yeah.
I would love to see it, to read the book.
Yeah. I did that, and it's part of the introduction of the book, Bululu. Remember Bululu? Bululu is the Spanish term, but no contemporary, the old Spanish term for the solo performance.
Bululu.
Solo performance. Because when I moved, I was in Davidson 8 years because you left and I stayed like 2 or 3 years more. And then I moved to New York City in 2007, 2008, 2007. And I got a job in CUNY, City University of New York. I'm working in CUNY. I'm gonna be 13 years working in CUNY in the modern language department, teaching literatures and Spanish language courses, no? Like always, no? This is the job. Of course, always I including perform my work. Yeah, my work, not just my work, the discipline, you know, theater discipline, and I obligate this obligation that a student needs to go to see shows, to participate in performance, in the engagement, visual artists, exhibition, poetry reading, performance, films, all the area, because that is only the study of the culture, and I am for that there, no? To be a cultural study instructor, working with the arts, no? Working with all the disciplines that I am working, no? Not just in terms of maker, because I need to separate in general, because I love the arts, no? I go to see, I like to see film, I like to see performance art, exhibition, literature. You don't necessarily I am the maker of the art. No, I am a spectator, no? I am a
Right,
spectator.
right.
Yeah,
But, so, Carlos, thank you for sharing with us some of your journey.
yeah.
So now in this time of the virus, in this time where now we seem to have arrived to a standstill moment, but is it's really a moment where nothing is happening? What has been your reaction to the situation now? Your action, as a person, but also as an artist. And then I would like also to talk about what are your opinions in terms of what the art can do for humanity, for the world.
You know that. Thank you for this important question to me. I have been met with some colleagues too, especially from Puerto Rico, that I have been a collaborator with them. They are theater group, and they were on streets. You know, theater, the street theater, street theater is heavy. You know, for reflecting about that in this moment. No,
Right.
and for all the theater makers, of course. But the street theater is heavy, no, because they are doing street theater, and we were talking exactly what we're gonna do. Of course, we don't gonna stop. We going and including them and me, we are continue to do, especially using the media that we are doing monologues. They are filming the theater, the street theater plays that they perform on streets. No, they I'm putting in Facebook Live or Zoom or any media that we are having now. But the point of that is okay, cool. But the reaction, our reflection about that is another. That means we are knowing, we are doing some kind of experiment of a new media to not to show our creativity, and we don't know we don't know what exactly gonna be with that way, but we are doing. In other words, we are exploring. We are in the a stage of exploration, no? Exploration like a child, like a freshman, no? Freshman of college. What exactly we are doing, no? Of course, we're going to stop in terms of us. I'm talking about myself. I'm talking about them. We, in other words, we don't fear nothing, no, because we are adventurous and a curious person, no, to continue to do what's gonna be the result. And it's very difficult, Roberto, in the way of the what we are showing, no, how gonna be our show as a performers is one of the points. But the other point is the proposals, no, the proposal. When I'm talking about the proposal for whom? It's very difficult. The audience. What audience are we gonna have? The second on this on the second part of the issue. The third issue, economical, is very important. Many artists depend of the work for surviving, for living. And with this kind of media, we don't know what's gonna happen. You know? Now I know, and I haven't done that over yet. The artists now they are asking for donation. They do the performance by the media, not virtually. They do a virtual performance and post something that we have this account by PayPal or whatever. Give me some donation. That's exactly many artists are doing now, but it's not enough. You know, it's not enough. I have seen too that because not just we are worried about that. In general, the artists around the world are worried about that. The foundation, the supporters are inventing new ways for continuing for continuing help to help artists. No, in other words, now virtual performance grants, exhibition. Immediately they are working with that, especially here in US. You know, US doesn't stop of nothing. Pam, pam, we need to continue. We don't want to stop with this pandemia we have now.
Right.
We the arts need to continue. The show must go on. No?
So, and Carlos, would you,
Other point. Sorry, I'm missing one more point. Is the yeah, it's very important to put on the table, and it's Roberto. The we are creating a new art too. Virtual performance gonna be different, you know. And we need to think about that in terms of theater, in terms of performance. But remember, performance art includes an engagement. It's very important, the engagement, no? The life engagement, no? Yes, is what about, and is that in the reading, in the scholarly work, because we are having the media and we don't stop with our creation, but it's different. It's very different, and it's different. And let me tell you something honestly, I am worried about that because we are not used to do that. We are not used to do that. Um, Sometimes it could be negative because it could be boring, and it's not, including we are losing aesthetic. We are losing our goal, our philosophy of our work. We need to think about that. But now we are in the beginning, you know. Yeah, now we are in the beginning of this situation. No? We need to continue to think, to continue to reflect with that in order to know what's gonna happen later.
so from what I understand, so we are in the process of discovering and trying to figure out what is going to be this virtual world in which the art is going to be created. And of course,
Uh-huh.
well, you mentioned the proposal, who is going to be our audience, and also in addition, the financial aspect of it. So there are
Uh-huh.
all these challenges that you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
So, and in terms of these challenges you're talking about,
Uh-huh.
before we move into maybe the subject of the art, now we are talking about how to
Uh-huh.
do it. How do you feel? I mean, you know, I know that you said you are a little bit concerned, right? But
Uh-huh.
is being concerned your only feeling, or you have, or is there something else that is happening in you as an artist in this new challenge, in this new phase, in this discovery, in this experimentation that you're talking about?
You know, the point is the it's not bad, it's not too bad, but it's not the same, no. In this part is something is annoying to 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 me as an artist, because the the engagement is different and it's cold. It's not the same, no. It's not the same
You're
because the performance are in all the ways, in the in all the objective, no, is for having audience face to face, no, in terms of
so
the engagement, not the engagement.
so the active engagement with the audience is something that
This is very important,
is
engagement,
very
because
important. Yeah.
we are doing that because we have had experience of video of every of this kind
Right.
of art before, no. And the other point is perhaps we have a connection with the cinema, no. But the
Right.
cinema is another art. It's like other colleagues say, we are going to start to do bad cinema. Performance art by the media is a bad cinema.
I love it.
It's true in some way, you know.
It is true. It is true.
For the reason I mentioned before, the aesthetics. We are the aesthetics gonna change. And what we are thinking of that because art is to create beauty, you know.
Right, 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 right. So, in addition to creating beauty and to try to figure out what is the new engagement between the performer and the audience. So, what do you think the subject of the art should be now that we are in this moment, right? So we have this challenge you have expressed to us so vividly. What should we talk about? What should we write about? What should we perform for, in your opinion? In this Carlos, in this moment.
I have been thinking about that. I have been thinking, and in this moment, I have been reading a lot about that, about other artists, what they are doing, including theories of the culture and the art. Now we are putting on the table the crisis that we are it's like the point of evolution or the turning point. We are in the turning point now. The turning point of a crisis that we start not now, before, no? That means we are facing where we are living, what kind of system we have, who are our politics and our politicians. Because we are having and we are facing that it wasn't that we lived before. We have been deceived by the system. And we need to open our eyes, to be aware that this life we have been living for years need to stop, or at least we need to face that directly, you know? Yeah, because sometimes we are escaping, or because we are nice, no, we are fine, no. Okay, we are fine. Yeah, I'm doing that, but you are not aware. What you are doing is nothing, because what is happening in the center of our life, is not that exactly you are thinking about. No, this is a lie. It's a lie. And now we are in the turning point of that. Look at the governors and government we are having, and not just here in this country, in the world, you know. In other words, Roberto, we are not represented by the politics anymore, no? Because they don't care, not just the artists, the humanity. Just they care themselves to get the money for their pockets. And this is the life that we deserve as a human being. This is the life we deserve. This is the democracy. What democracy you are talking about? In other words, we are in the dystopia moment, no? Dystopic. This is a dystopia, you know? Or the utopia falling down. It's not a theory. Now we are seeing that in front of us. In front of us. We are seeing that in front of us. We are in the dystopic moment. The utopia is alive. Democracy of what? Equality of what? Supporting of what? Especially now, for example, in the violation of the human rights, no? The violation of the Mexican War of the what exactly? Well, because it's very important. It's one of the very important topics. of course, this topic about the crisis and all the things that I mentioned, but the point is the violation of the human rights, and the topic of the immigration is very important, because now we are not now years, and for years. It's not that we can say that this started the other year or 10 years ago or 20, no. The migration has been, the human being move around the world all the time, you know. And we are creating borders, no? We are creating border, natural border, and all of this kind of border are falling down, because we don't have a nation like we thought about that in the 19th century. We are in other world. We are in the 21st century, and all the time we're gonna have this territorialization of people, you know, moving around the country because they need to survive. The nation is the world now. The planet is the nation. If you want to survive on the planet, no, if you continue to creating and to stay in border is your problem, but this is not the reality of the world. Instead of the real reality, let me use this term, the real reality, and the virtual reality is that we are living now, and we are obligated to live now. The virtual reality dismantling all the borders, no, the natural borders, geographical borders that we believe that we are living, no, in our mental schema or whatever. In other words, and summarizing everything, is that this moment is a big moment for doing a big reflection about everything, and our arts need to be related with that. This is our not just goal. Let me don't say goal now. This is our assignment. It would be the better. It's our assignment. If you are, that I always, because always I'm criticizing that. If you are not in this way, I think you need to do another thing in your life, because you need to be committed. If you are an artist, you need to be committed in that way, you know? Because the other point gonna be different now. Who gonna see Broadway, all the enterprise that they were believing that they were forever, and you know, making money? I don't gonna pay $200 for virtual performance to see the Wizard of Oz. I'm sorry.
Right, right.
We are in other world, and we need to be committed. If you continue to be an artist, you need to be committed with the planet and with the people, with the humanity. This is everything changed. Everything changed. No? Everything changed. Yeah. The business performance, the business is the market is it's changing in this way. It's not gonna see the same. And we're gonna see, we're gonna see many things, Roberto. Many things gonna be disappeared too.
Right.
We're gonna live in other world.
Right.
Institution, gonna disappear institution, markets. I am not pessimistic. It's because we are having that in front of us, you know. Right. Always, at least if you are blind, I don't know, because I know there are many blind artists, many, or no artists, people, very blind people that and they believe that everything is peaches and cream, you know, especially in our reality, daily reality here for me. I'm talking about myself. A lot the people are not aware. A lot sleepy people. Everything is fine. Everything is not fine. It's not. You because you are a very superficial person. You're a fucking superficial. I'm sorry for telling this word. You're a superficial.
So Carlos,
Superficial and insensitive, and your objective for doing art is just for making money. You don't have any commitment with the humanity.
so that's what you think art should be. Also,
I am very riveting art. Sorry, Roberto, but this is my way as an artist.
Absolutely. No,
I am not a silly artist. You know, I do art because I need to fight with something because I am here to change the world. But for to change the world, I need to know what is happening in the world. I need to be aware with my eyes open. I am not blind. No. If I am blind, I would be like Borges.
a great writer, right? Yeah.
he didn't need the vision, no?
Right. So just to finish up our conversation, I want to know one last thing. What are you working on now?
You know that in my last performance, now I'm working performance art. This ego conquiro in Latin, the title in Latin, ego conquiro. I am working with the colonial theories.
Okay.
And ego conquiro perform ego conquiro. You pronounce better than me. ego conquiro is related with the colonial theory, and it's a character that is wearing a map outfit, bandana, t-shirts, and pants of the map of the world. And I have a silver tin with water. I have ethnic dolls.
Dolls?
Dolls, yeah. Asian, African, Latin American, and Native American. I create a poem because all the time I'm using the poetry. The poetry is my poem, my depart poem. And I'm gonna drown the dolls in the water, reciting the poem, no? Ego conquiro, no? I'm talking about that, no? And it's power to Latin America, power. There is power to Latin America. There is power to Asia. There is power to the Native American. There is power to the Latin American. Power. There is power. And drowning the dolls on the water. Bam, bam, bam. I did that in December. It wasn't in biennial, because when I'm working with that, I'm working with visual artists in their exhibition in biennial. I'm oriented now to the performance art. I like the performance art. I am addressing to the performance art in gallery, museum. I like that way. If I had the opportunity, I do that. Or I look for my own opportunity to do that because I like that. This is my new work. Yeah, I continue to do. I did that because my first show was in December, last December of that, and I continue with the project. Years ago, I did another that I was inside the coffin as a dead man, and with the Puerto Rican flag, and he's dead. This is the title of the performance. He's dead, but it's very symbolic, no? The death of the Puerto Rican culture, no?
Right.
As a colonized person, no? And using the poem to the poetry, because in one moment the dead man stand up and perform the poetry and then go down, going back down to to be on the coffin. And I was there because it's a performance art. It's an exhibition installation. No, it's a performance installation.
Right.
Yeah, I was there like 2 hours there. You know.
Well, do you happen to have any pictures of that performance?
Yeah.
Pass it to me.
Yeah. I have pictures, and including I have clips too.
Yeah.
I have clips of the dead man, the Puerto Rican dead man,
Yeah.
and then Higo con Cuiro too.
If you wouldn't mind sending them to me, so I can add to our conversation. So for our
Okay, sure.
also see some of your work. And you know, Carlos, thank you. This is such a pleasure.
Thank you, Roberto.
So, you give so much energy, and I love it. I love it so much.
Thank you. Nice to we need to keep in contact, no?
We need to do a project again together. One of these days. You never know.
Sure. I am waiting that. I want you be here in New York City as a theater director guest, no, for any company or to do something. Let me tell you, I'm thinking about you, and including in when I'm doing presentation in terms of to talk about the work, I talk about you always, always in Latin America, here in US, because I have been traveling to Latin America, to Mexico, Argentina, Uruguay. I have talked about you here in US and in Puerto Rico, always. My close colleague, they know you. Roberto Predicicamo, all of them. Yeah. Always, because for me, you have been an inspiration too, my friend.
As you are for me every day.
Thank you
I follow your work on Facebook because you're posting a lot on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, I have seen you too, including I have been in your page of the company, your company there. You have so many different things, no? Because you all the time are exploring with different things and doing experiment. This is a lot. I love your work for that a lot, because you continue working, exploring, and construction the classic. Right. Construction of the classic.
Yeah, that was a phase.
Well, because experimental director, and we need to have that, no? We're going to continue with the same way, no?
Carlos, thank you very much. So wonderful to see you.
Thanks to you.
And hopefully we'll see you in person soon. And I know that our team is going to love watching you. And
I'm going to send to you, Roberto, my phone by messenger, you know? To have my phone, you have my email address and everything where I am to be connected.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Roberto.
Be safe, okay?
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.